Yeah.
And we're live. And I'm going to fuck this all up today.
Well, yeah, because StreamYard did another update.
It's like, dude,
right.
Every fucking time I hop in here, it's something different.
Yeah. Yeah, because now it's like they're trying to do something similar to what OBS does already, like with scenes. Like you can like set up, I guess if you have like changing stuff, assets or something, but you could just switch between scenes like in OBS. I don't know if people run, if you know OBS, you know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about, because every time
I
put OBS on my computer, it's like, no.
Yeah.
So I never really got to play around with it, because it would overload, which is crazy because I have a fucking great computer.
Right. Yeah.
But just now I went into styles and it was like blank, and I'm like, oh my God, where's our shit?
No, it's still under media assets.
Yeah, I just found it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. You know, the thing is, we have to always remember that we're in the right room. You know, because like sometimes I get in and it's like somebody else's, whoever was in the room last, and their stuff is up. Like, oh my God, they changed them, and then I forget that it's just a tab.
It threw me for a loop for just a second. Oh my God. Good morning, everyone. It is March 10th, 2025.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even know what that means anymore.
Yeah. No.
I'm just rolling with it.
I mean, it's like, what? We're already like almost over the first quarter of 2025. I mean, Jesus Christ. What the heck? You know? Oh, yeah.
I want to quit already.
No, don't quit. Don't quit. Today's actually a show about not quitting.
Oh, fuck. Well, your timing is impeccable. Are you ready for this?
Absolutely not, but hit it.
Trigger warning. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Good morning, Daphne.
Good morning, Nita. Oh my goodness. It's like it's like now it's becoming like, oh yay, we're together again, because we've been skipping so many shows. Everybody has appointments.
Yes. They never end.
Yeah. So good morning, everybody, to another edition of the Ragin' to the Vlogs show. So who's joining us in the chat today?
So far we got Lou. She's not watching. She's listening. And that's awesome. We either way.
Either way, yeah, we try to make it so that you can just listen to us in the background. And speaking of listening to us in the background, yes, I see you, our beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. It's like, because I know you guys are especially listening to us because probably you're busy working or something like normal people.
What on earth is that?
Yes. And if
Joseph.
Hello. And if you're joining us from Facebook, make sure you come over to YouTube. Join us on YouTube. Join the sexy people in the chat. Keep everybody company. Facebook has a habit of acting up, as it's been doing in the last couple of shows, where we cannot see your comments for some reason. So if you want to make sure we see your comments, YouTube, just come over to YouTube, sign up. While you're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. So I guess we might as well get this started here. So hello, my name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales and my medieval. Oh, did we lose? There we go. And my medieval fantasy drama, Eager Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is currently on pre-launch with issue 10 out of this 16-issue series. The link is in the chat and in the show notes. You can read both my comics online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, here's Nita.
Indie Comics Network. It's a channel on YouTube. You can find it at Indie Comics Net. It's a bunch of people talking comics and stuff.
And stuff.
And stuff.
And stoof.
Oh my God. Speaking of and stuff.
Oh no.
About that cover Jaden sent.
Oh, oh my God.
Dude. I
am not showing it to anyone. Everybody has to wait until the 16th issue to see it.
But it is fucking awesome. I was like, when she sent it to me, she's like, she kept going back and forth. Like, she would be like real excited about her progress, and then she'd be like, and she was mad at herself for taking so long because she had a project in between.
Oh, look, that's
and I was like, look, dude, you told Daphne ahead of time that she had something else to do. So it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But then she sent it and she's like, is this okay? And I'm like, okay. Right. This is fucking fantastic.
She is such the artiste. But that's why I gave her a raise. But everyone's gonna have to wait until the 16th issue to see.
They're so good, both of them. So
good. Yeah, there was two. It's like she gave me two layouts, and I was like, wait, just give me both of them. I was like at a deli counter. Oh, just give me both of them. That's fine. When the deli guy goes a little over, it's like, oh, just
right.
Put that piece of ham back. I'll take it.
Good morning, Michael.
Oh, hey, Michael. Oh, we got the latest issue in the mail. Yes, a lot of
emotions.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of it's a roller coaster. We're now on especially the roller coaster ride to the end. A lot going on. I'm currently working on issue 10, as I said. The link is in the show notes. Thank you to the 50 people who have signed up already for issue 10. It's like I have the last of issue 9 to go out of the campaign. Then I have to do the sketch covers, and then that'll be, but pretty much almost everybody has their copies already. So that's almost out. And I'm just currently working on issue 10. I am officially more than halfway through the issue. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get through this issue. I'm gunning to get this done by the end of March because I do want to launch this in April. It's like I want to keep the quarterly schedule that I promised myself I would have this year. But yeah, it's like, you know what it is? It's like now I'm at a point in the story where there's a lot of characters. Now everybody, the band's back together.
The gang's all here.
Yeah, the gang's all here. And it's just a lot of characters per page. It's like drawing a Russ Leach comic. And it's like, and it's just like, each panel takes me a lot longer to do because of that. And it's like, okay, all right. But I'm still trying to keep a schedule while not affecting the quality of the work. I don't want my stuff to look like I'm rushing through it. So although I do have to admit, Clip Studio does make it very easy to use shortcuts that I have been taking advantage of just to kind of like keep things moving along. So I really do appreciate that. I swear to God, I will always sing the praises of this program.
Yeah.
So it's just making it too easy. Well, very easy, not too easy, very easy to just keep it moving, even when things just seem a little overwhelming. But yeah, so what's going on your end?
I'm trying not to have a panic attack.
Oh, no. Hey, look, but
like, for real, like to just be TMI with everybody in case I cut out. I had a like with all my medical shit and everything, we've had a major adjustment in my medicine, so I am having anxiety issues, and they were really bad this morning for whatever fucking reason.
Right.
But it's like this.
I have anxiety. That means I'm in my shell and have a hard time expressing myself. I find it difficult to engage with others. So everyone shut the f*** up because my anxiety is up here right now.
What? How did we communicate before memes? How did we communicate? How did we communicate with each other?
I don't know how we did it, but I'm just like I think I'm gonna be okay. I'm trying to ground myself, but for like a few minutes before I got on here, I was like, "Am I having a heart attack?" It's like, "No, bitch, you're not having a heart attack. Calm the fuck down."
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
So I do this kind of shit to keep myself
right. Oh, right. Yeah, that tapping.
It's stimming, tapping, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
This thing. This thing, right?
And with my Zoloft combination, hopefully I'll be okay in about 30 minutes.
I take the Zoloft to keep from killing you all. Oh my goodness. So speaking of anxiety, it seems that all the Artist Alley girlies are having nervous breakdowns.
As they should.
At the same time. So I watch all these Artist Alley vlogs ever since I started like really making it a point to it's like everything all up in the air with me. But it's like to kind of ease conventions back into my schedule, right? I've been watching a lot of these Artist Alley vlogs. And the thing is, though, most of these Artist Alley vlogs are women who work anime shows predominantly. There's very few people who talk about comic book conventions from a comic book perspective. So I'm kind of stuck. Like only Sam Vera does that, honestly. Right. He's the only person who I've seen who does that type of Artist Alley content, but from
Artist Alley beauty.
Huh?
Instead of girly, he's an Artist Alley beauty.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, he's an Artist Alley duty. That's exactly what he is. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. And so he does it from a comic book perspective, but I was not able to find anybody else who did that type of content other than him. So I'm kind of stuck watching these anime girls who pretty much all they make is predominantly stationary. They don't do comics. So a lot of these people, aside from a couple of exceptions, a lot of these people started during COVID, because it's like, oh, hello, like everybody, because I guess, that's what everybody did. It's like everybody started like, oh shit, I got to monetize my hobby or something. I got to do something. Right.
Right.
And, and it's like, and things were kind of going good. And now it's just funny to see like how a bunch of them at the same time are kind of like, I guess, reaching that point in their career, in their Artist Alley career. So it's like, it's been 5 years now where they're feeling burnt out. They're feeling frustrated, so and not only that, right? The main complaint that I keep hearing from them, which I find incredibly ironic, is that they feel this pressure to just make Artist Alley content because every time they try to do a video that focuses on them doing artwork, the shit the shit that they do to make the Artist Alley content, when they do like artwork, oh, watch me draw my characters, let me draw my sketchbook, whatever, like views drop like a stone.
Right.
And there were several artists, like even Kelsey Rodriguez, who I consider one of the larger art YouTubers, right? She has the same problem. Everybody wants to see her talk about business. Like they all want to see videos, that are, where is, that's
Business. Numbers. Is this working? Yes.
Yeah. So yes is the algorithm,
Right.
and when they try to do anything else, people are like, oh, I don't want to see your artwork. Why would I want to see your artwork for?
Right.
And to the point where it's like, what the heck? It's like they're like, so like Kelsey, she had to do a separate channel just for the art stuff she wanted to do because what happens is that I guess the way the channel works, that if you have some really low ranking videos, it screws up the algorithm for your entire channel. Is that how that works?
I don't care anymore. I don't pay.
Oh, right. Right. So,
because here's what I've learned: YouTube's so deceitful in their numbers anyway. What's the fucking point in monitoring them? It's at least when you're on the smaller scale or the smaller side of things. So I quit giving a fuck, and I'm just like, let's do our thing and see what happens.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it too. But with them, I guess it's such a noticeable drop off that they either have to not do the artwork videos or they have to spin off to a separate channel, which I find absolutely insane.
Right.
Because this one girl that I was watching, I call them girls. These are women, but at my age, everybody's a baby.
They're whole ass infants.
Yeah, they're whole ass infants. At my age. So, so she was talking about how she's been feeling burnt out for years, essentially. Like this started like a couple of years ago. And where it got to a point where she just didn't enjoy anything, and she was just like kind of like forcing her way through taking care of her business and things like she resented the fact that she was resenting the fact that all the artwork that she did had to be monetizable. Like she said she couldn't remember the last time she did work for fun. And that's a very, honestly, for me, that's a sad position for a creator to be in, because it's like I've seen it all the time, where you have professionals, especially like they spend all their creative if you spend all your creative energy at your job, and then you come home and you don't even want to look at a pencil, right and it's a very tough position to be in, because it's like, especially when it's like, well, I have to cater to the algorithm because that's how I get my business, but I'm hating everything that I'm doing. Right. So what she was talking about in her video is that how she started like started like sketching again. Right. And here's the funny thing, because it kind of hit me while I was watching it. Right. One, I hate the fact how everything's a healing journey. I really do hate that woo kind of explanation about, oh, I'm deep. It's like, oh, I'm healing my inner artist. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's like the problem with burnout. The problem with the burnout is that they're being forced to prioritize their attention on something that they really don't want to put all that attention into, because it's affecting the stuff that they need to do. So it's like artwork they need to do, but catering to the algorithm and social media is what they're forced to do if they want their business to survive. Like you do it, because it's like, that's kind of the dichotomy that we work. There's the two genders, art and content. It's like, so it's like, so you need, especially in this hellscape that we're in, you need both. So you have to do your art, but you have to do content as well. And content is specifically catered to the audience, while art isn't necessarily. Art is what you enjoy doing, but it's kind of like you have to transition that art to content in order to build this business, I guess. right? But the problem is that the way social media works, it wants you to do content all the time. It doesn't want art because it actually punishes
the beast.
Right. It wants you to feed the beast. So it's like whenever you put up a video, whenever they put up a video of them doing artwork, the algorithm punishes them for it. It's like, no, this is art, not content. You need content. I think that the biggest lie that everybody has floating in the back of their head, right? Is the thing that everybody's heard: do what you love and you never work a day in your life. Honestly, I think that that's the crux of a lot of this anxiety that these women are facing, or anybody in the creative field or any field whatsoever at all. Do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life.
The biggest crock of shit ever spoken.
It really is, because it completely disregards how much work doing the thing you love requires, right? And it also disregards sometimes you're really, really good at something that you don't even like doing. I always remember about this guy who said that, who became a millionaire selling pig semen. And he goes, look, I didn't wake up one day excited that it's like, oh, you know what?
Stack off a pig for a living.
I'm gonna be the best pig semen salesman. Right? He just says, I just ended up, it was a job that I ended up really good at. Right? So the thing is though, with artwork, right? The thing is that the shit's a lot of work. Like, even look, doing this comic, as much as I love the work that I do, it's fucking work.
Right. And
there are just days I just want to why the fuck am I even bothering? There are just days, that doesn't mean I don't love the work, but that's make it. Well,
good morning, Grant.
Hey, I mean, it depends on, because it's as if it's your own stuff, you still need to kind of have some discipline towards your work, or else it doesn't get done. So it's it's kind of she called it a healing journey. I think that's some really hokey shit. I think it's just learning to reprioritize what you need to do to get your work done, to get to get your art done, to get your work done, and everything in between. And because it's I think that burnout happens is when you focus way too much on one thing. That's why I kind of like to break up everything that I have to do. I can't handle working in very long stretches. I have to switch between things. Because sometimes you kind of just have to reset for a little bit, and then you can go back to doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. Because honestly, that's kind of how I'm feeling with issue 10 right now, is that I can't decide whether it is burnout or whether it's because the feeling of work is really sinking in. It's I'm trying to get this done so that I can release this in April.
Right.
Even though, if I had to, I'm at a point where it's well, yeah, I could finish this. I'm pretty confident I could finish this, but it's the whole looming deadline that I guess is creating the pressure. But I need that pressure in order to meet the deadline. So, but at the same time, I have to think about, well, what happens if I push up the campaign a week? Right? And it's well, nothing really. Nothing happens really. It's just that I push it up a week. Right? Or even if I pushed it up a month. But I think at that point, that's where I started thinking, it's like, well, if I push up the campaign a month, it'll affect the next issue because I want to, kind of keep the work consistent so that throughout the year, I'm getting these 4 issues done so I could finish the trade paperback at the end of the year. And it's one of those things where I look at my calendar and it seems like I have endless time to do that, but I don't really.
No.
So
and it catches up so fast.
Yeah, it really does. And it's like, and I need, it's like, look, like I said at the beginning of the show, we're already, like midway through finishing the first quarter of 2025. It was just like, it felt like only yesterday we were in a never-ending January.
Huh.
Now we're almost, we're nipping at April's heels.
Yeah, it was like January,
February. Yeah, exactly. Forget in like a lion, out like a lamb. It's more like in like a lion, out like a racehorse.
Right.
Being chased by a lion. Right? So yeah, so it's like I get it, it's like I get the whole, but it all boils down to, you in the end you have to decide what's important, and really it's like, does it really affect you if the algorithm fucks with your channel because you want to do an art stream instead? Instead of talking about how much fan art you sold in Artist Alley for 40 minutes,
Right.
I mean, it's like, is it really that big of a deal?
I would say no, because even these mega channels, like, they don't make, unless you have millions of fucking subscribers,
right?
You ain't making shit with YouTube,
right?
Like, and I mean, the only time you really see any type of money is if you have a large fan base that is constantly doing super chats and super stickers. Because if you're like ad monetized, you ain't making shit.
Right. Or you're sponsored by Skillshare. I wouldn't mind a Skillshare sponsorship.
I don't want to be sponsored by anybody, because then them sponsors be trying to tell you what to do.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And I always want to be able to do me, because then you get into the dilemma that you were just speaking about.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly. Now it's like, it's really a job, because the sponsor wants to be on your popular video.
I already have a real job in comics. I don't need a fucking secondary job.
No, yeah, that's true too. That's true too. And it's like, yeah, because I never see sponsorships on drawing videos.
No.
Very
rarely. There are a couple, but it's very rare.
It's like you never. It's like, oh, this big titty cover commission is sponsored by Skillshare. You never hear that. You never hear that.
No. And at the rate we're going, as much shit as we talk, we're only going to get sponsored by pharmaceutical companies.
Well, that's true. Yeah, pharmaceutical companies and Gold Bond. Remember, we still need to get our Gold Bond. Remember to moisturize. Remember, not fun. So part of the thing that also I have to think about as well, right, is the fact that February has been a blink. Yeah, it really was. Thank you, HR. Yeah.
No.
Exactly, which is how Nita lost her face, keeps losing her Facebook. Technically, yes, that's exactly what's happening.
It's what I do. It's my specialty. You know how you just said, if you're good at it, I'm good at selling titties. What can I say?
Right, exactly. So, which seems to confuse Facebook. The engagement's really good, but we hate her content.
I know, right? Have you seen the mixed signals they're sending me? It is like the most toxic relationship I've ever been in.
It really is.
Oh man, your engagement's outstanding. You do not meet our partner monetization policy.
Right? Yeah. You know, fall in love with a stripper, then complaining she's not wife material.
Assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
True story. Oh my god. Yeah, because they boosted my distribution, but demonetized me at this like within 2 days over the same fucking post.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I love you guys so much.
Yeah. Right. And then they want, maybe that's why you're having anxiety.
Oh my god. I'm gonna like sue Facebook for what is it, mental anguish?
Yeah, mental anguish.
Make up your goddamn mind.
You know?
Oh.
So part of the thing that I'm also like kind of like splitting my time between, right? So like I said, I'm slowly putting conventions back on my schedule. I am confirmed for Baltimore Comic-Con in, what is it, October? Yeah, in October. Right. So that's a definite. You know, I'm going to Monsterotica in May, but as an attendee, not, you know, because to scope out the vibes of the place. Before I forget, so I finished my boys.
Your homeworks?
Yes, you know, so so I've been doing these male mascots for House of Bob, part of the House of Bob multiverse. I guess. You know, and yeah, oh, hey, and I got bookmarks. I got bookmarks. So this is the bookmark with all my unicorn guys on it, and the back it says, "I'm here for the horny guys." Come on, it's funny.
It's fucking hilarious. But I'm having trouble with impulse control, so I'm like, I have to remember I'm live.
Breathe in. It's okay, Nita. It's okay.
I'm counting in my head.
Yeah. Right. And then here are all my wolf guys. These are all my wolf guys. And then the back, it's all about that not life instead of nightlife. Get it?
Totally get it.
And then
you should have put Mark in my territory.
Dude, let me write that down. Hold on, I'm writing that down.
Oh my god, those are great though, not gonna lie. Me too, Allison. That's why I'm just trying.
Right, yeah. And then I decided on 2 stickers.
All right.
Because I wanted to do a whole bunch of them, but the shit gets expensive after a while, so I had to narrow it down to 2. Especially since after Monsterotica, I'm not really like prepared to do anything wider with these products just yet. I'm still kind of, you know, like testing things out. So I decided on 2. I decided on 2 stickers. So the first one that I did, so I decided to stick with the book ones to be appropriate to Monsterotica. So who's your alpha daddy?
Oh my god!
Right. So you know, so here's our book guy, right? And then, because remember, this is all going to Monsterotica, so I had to make it appropriate. So, and this one is horny reader. Do you know how hard it is to come up with stupid shit like that? I'm sitting here, you know, trying to like, what's like, okay, what phrases should go? Because I keep reading and watching in these videos that stickers with sayings on them do better than the stickers with sayings on them do better than stickers that's just artwork. So, you know, so this was a lot harder to do. this is a lot more difficult to do than than I thought. You know, I mean, it's so I have the 2 stickers and the 2 bookmarks that I'll be taking to Monsterotica to kind of to trade with people, because it seems like that's going to be a thing there, that people are going to be trading stuff with each other. So at least I'll be prepared. Yes, please. There's
inspiration.
There's never enough. There's never enough going around. So, but I really do like the way these came out. I really do. I'm very happy with them. What I want to do next is I want to try to get some. Try. It's like, because I'm still trying to figure out how I want them laid out. The acrylic standees, because I want to try that manufacturer Woo-A-Cry or something. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Woo-Cry. I'm sure it's pronounced something completely different than the way it's spelled. And they do acrylic standees, and I've been kind of like, and what's cool is that the website has that generator where you put in the artwork and then it does a mock-up. So you can kind of get a really good look of what the standees would look like. So it's the base that's throwing me off. I don't exactly know what to do with the base. I know what to do with the characters, but it's the base. I want to do something, I just don't want like a plain see-through, like clear base. So I'm still working on that part, but so at least I got these. Now the thing is though, it's like I also had signed up for Anime NYC. I will be shocked. There is no gambling in this establishment. I will be shocked that if they accept me, if I get a table at Anime NYC, because my work, I don't do fan art. I don't, and I especially don't do anime stuff. So they're going to look at my portfolio and it's like, it's either I'm going to be different enough that they're going to want me in,
right,
or I'm not going to be, or I'm too different that they won't let me in. So either way, either one. I kind of think the odds are not in my favor. So, but I'm preparing anyway, just in case, because I figure it's like, no matter what I do, it's all going to Baltimore Comic-Con anyway.
Right.
So it's not like I'm wasting any of my time. So so hold on, let me just share this. What am I doing? Share screen. Okay. All right. So so I remember showing off on a previous episode that I bought a table runner.
Right.
It's actually it's a double-sided in terms of like the other end of this table banner has a different logo on it. It has the Eagle Ravenwood Oswald logo on the other side, depending on how I'm feeling at the show. I can either have this logo or I can turn it around and have the other logo.
Right.
So I bought this table runner from Next Day Display. And when they say next day, they almost really mean it, because it's like with regular shipping, it took 3 days between me placing the order and me receiving it.
Damn.
For $50, I could literally have gotten it the next day, but I'm not in that much of a rush. So, but still though, it's very, very quick. The quality is wonderful. I'm very happy with it, right? So I ended up getting banners. So I wanted to use, so I went with fabric, because since I'm probably going to be doing these shows by myself, I need to start making stuff that's easy for me to carry. I don't want to hurt my leg again, and I don't want to hurt my back again.
Right.
So because I swear to God, like
they look really good though.
Yeah,
They look
really
better than the big thick vinyl ones.
Yeah, and they're much lighter too. And the good thing about it is that following my rule of trying to use as much of the stuff I have in house already. So these banner stands are literally decades old. I tried to find similar ones to these because they come apart. They're really light. And again, they're easy for me to carry. They're easy for me to put together by myself. So I tried to find them again, but I for the life of me, I can't find them. And they have wooden feet. that tells you how old they are.
Everybody knows.
Yeah. And they're just like these aluminum poles that just screw in together, and that's it. Like the top and the bottom just hook in, and then the two poles screw into the bottom, and then you got your banner. So I made these banners specifically for these for this apparatus instead of buying a retractable, although they do have like lightweight retractables. But I figure for the price of one of those, I got two banners. And as you can see, they look great. I love them. They're fat. And it's like, look, and if anything happens to them, I could put them in the wash. You know, I know that there was this one was it Katsucon a couple of months ago where a sewer pipe burst in the middle of Artist Alley. On top of several Artist Alley tables.
No.
Yeah, it turned out, although to be fair, it turned out to be a water pipe from dishwashers.
Oh, but even still.
But they said
it's better than shit.
Horrific. Yeah, they said the smell was horrific.
Oh, I imagine it is.
And it's like it destroyed product. And it's like there was this one woman who did plushies, and she had to throw out like a whole, because she says that the smell was so horrible, she didn't even think she could get it out of the plushies. Even if she washed them. So she had to throw everything out. The hotel did reimburse everybody. Yeah. So at least this way, I could just drop them in the wash. So yes, I could drop them in the wash, right? So the biggest issue that I had was trying to figure out what to do with my grid display that goes on the table. This I know I was talking about on a previous episode where I was trying to figure out how to
castle.
Yeah, like how to kind of like I didn't want to build a castle, but I still wanted to use my grid display the way I had it at Baltimore 2 years ago. But I wanted to make something more thematically relevant to the branding that I'm attempting on this table. And I finally figured out how I'm going to do it. And this is what I came up with. So what I'm doing, and I'm going to show you. So what I did, right? So again, using what I have in house already. So I have all this paper that I'm not using because I'm not drawing comics on paper anymore. It's all digital now. Right. So I just have all this paper sitting, and here I have my oversized printer just sitting here doing nothing.
Time to get to work. So I kind of like roughed out this idea. So what I did was I printed the pattern on that excess paper, both sides, and then I would then put contact paper on them, and then I taped them to the grid. And the cool thing about it is that it tucks in so that it's not sticking out. So the connectors can still go without interfering with the paper. Right. And technically it's double-sided because so I have the option of having the image side. And mind you, this image I could take off if I wanted, if I needed to, right? Or switch it out. But if I needed
like to put my hooks on, I still have access to the hooks to hang, to hang product. And say, and all I would have to do, and also they're kind of like reversible. So if I didn't need this, but I needed this, I just need to switch it.
Right.
So this, what I have here, is kind of like how it's supposed to look finished. So I have everything, like every cube, covered with these laminated prints. And it feels like it should be more cohesive. And because it's this neutral color, even with the pattern, whatever I display in them should really stand out.
Right.
As opposed to the last time where I had this, everything was like so busy that when I was looking at the photos again, I was like, oh my God, how did anybody see anything on,
right.
On these, on the table. Right. So I think I haven't put together the entire setup yet, because I even made like a tabletop banner because I have this stand that you could put comics in the little wire racks. And I made a banner for that. So, because I kept seeing also, it's like, yeah, you can have a table runner, but it's always better to have like a banner up top so that people will see your banner if they're not looking down. So I don't have a banner up top, but I figure if I put like a mini banner on top of my comic rack, it kind of it's eye level, so it kind of serves that similar purpose without me building this fort of grid cubes like a lot of people do nowadays. Because also the thing is too, I don't want a castle on the table, because I want to be able to see in front of me and to see to the sides. So, so like no one does anything fishy. They have to wait until I go home to steal a House of Bob sketchbook like they did the last time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there was they stole they stole one of my sketchbooks. It was the last one of a particular one that I think it was this one. Which one? Oh, this one. Yeah, it was the last of the original ones of this sketchbook that someone stole, because I only had one left and the next morning it was gone. And I don't know. I just found it funny. I mean, like, people were like really, when I mentioned it online, people were like really mad. It's like, oh my God, and this, that, and the thing. But I don't know. I found that funny. Like, wow, this comic convention, and the one thing you needed to steal was a furry sketchbook. Like, I don't know. I guess that's, I don't know, that was just kind of the mood I was in. I really didn't care that much. I just thought it was funny. But the rest of my stuff, I'd rather people not steal. So that's why I like to still keep my table open so that I can keep an eye on stuff. Also just to show, hold on, let me just remove that. Also, just to show this, look at that. So the benefit of having everything in fabric is that, so this is just like a storage cube, a packing cube. And inside of this is the two banners, the table runner, the tablecloth, and a bed sheet, 2 bed sheets to cover the table. And it's just all packed together in here. So my banners are in here too. So that's the point of what I'm trying to accomplish with making everything like, because also the benefit too of me doing the cubes like this is that once I have all the artwork together taped to the grids, I can still store them together without it being any different than the grids themselves, because because you see, like, it's not like I'm using foam board where, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm streamlining everything. So it's not like I'm using foam board where it's going to stick out by 1/4 of an inch. It's just the width of the grid. And then all I have to do is just follow the diagram and just snap everything together, and that's it. I don't need to do anything extra. So that's so that's also what I was like really thinking about. Like, how do I make this easiest for me so I spend the least amount of time setting up at a convention if I'm by myself? So definitely I'm going to do a separate video once I get all these pieces together to kind of get a feel as to how the table actually looks. Like, this is all good in theory right now. But like, eventually I'm going to need to see, like, okay, here's the tablecloth, here's the comic book rack, here's the grid cubes, here's the table, the table runner, here's the 2 banners. How does this look compared to the last time? So yeah, but I feel really good with how this is coming out, though.
I think it's really awesome.
I think so too. I mean, like I said, my favorite part of the of a convention setup is the convention setup.
Right.
There's just something that triggers my DIY, thing.
Time to get crafty.
Right.
Oh, there's your second channel.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, you see, that's the thing, because it's like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do what these other women are doing. Like, oh, I have to put a second channel. It's like, no, I'm just going to stick everything on my main channel, see where it goes. Like,
welcome
I said,
to my dumpster fire.
Right, exactly. I'm not going to put together. I'm not going to go through the effort of building a second channel just to kind of like chase some algorithm bullshit. It's like, no, I think what it is that if you establish yourself as this multifaceted thing online, your fans, the people who actually enjoy your content, they're going to enjoy all aspects of what you present. I'm an artist first, so that's what you're going to get. If I talk about conventions, you're going to get that too. If I talk about artist alleys, you're going to get that too. If I talk about comic book art, you're going to get that too. If I'm talking about commissions, you're going to get that too. You're going to get all of that. So you either, you
either all in or you're not.
Right. Exactly. That's how I feel about that. I'm not going to separate shit. You're either all in,
nobody
or
has
you're
time
not.
for that.
I really don't. And that's part of it too. I'm not going to start splitting my attention because the content machine needs to be fed. Look, it's going to eat when I feed it.
Huh. And what I feed it.
Right, exactly. It's like you're going to eat
or
your
it's
food.
Going to bed hungry.
Exactly. It's like you're going to eat your food and you're going to like it. Exactly. Or you can go to bed hungry. Because the only difference is that nobody's going to call CPS on you abusing YouTube.
No.
So that's, it's like, am I still feeling a bit overwhelmed with the amount of work that I'm doing? Yeah, I am, because it's like that wheel is constantly turning. But I think it's important that, like, I think to avoid burnout, to kind of like, okay, you have all these things that are important. They're not important equally, but they're still important. They still need to be done. So, okay. So, all right, we did this much work on the pages. Let's work on, let's put contact paper on the, I was in the process of putting contact paper on one of the panels. So I just have to trim it out and round the corners, because of course we always need rounded corners.
Of course.
Of course. But yeah, so I've just been using contact paper. Nothing,
and it's
nothing.
perfect because you can wipe it clean.
Ooh.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Yeah, and also it's like, if I have to mess with it, it's hopefully it makes it a little bit more durable. So, just so that it lasts a little bit longer than if I just left it paper. So it's like, so if you're feeling like burnt out on one thing, it usually does mean you need to kind of focus on something else for a little bit and then go back, because in the end, you still need to do the work. Like, I still need to finish this comic, but I also need to, to kind of like not allow the burnout to affect the work that I'm doing. I don't want to like rush through the pages just for the sake of finishing them, because that defeats the purpose of what I want to do.
Right.
I want these comics to still look good. So if I feel like I'm at a point where I'm not getting good results, then I have to go do something else, then come back, so yeah, so it was just kind of funny seeing everybody that I watch on YouTube kind of have this collective nervous breakdown at the same time. But Allison says, I'm keeping with art streaming, and eventually I have some videos up that aren't streams, but they will be related to my art. Yeah, exactly. Like, well, that's what kittens do. They snot all over you. Because it's like, so I finally uploaded episode 9 of my artist studio vlog. I had to, I ended up, I let it slip last week because I ended up, I got the books for fulfilling, and I was working on that. And it was more important that I worked on fulfilling the campaign than trying to get a video out. So I figured it's like, okay, as long as I get the video out the week after, i.e. this week, I'll be okay. I'll still be establishing that pattern. So episode 9 is finally up. So for those of you who haven't been keeping up, or they're just catching this for the first time, I started an artist vlog series where I'm using it to document the artwork that I finished, usually in a week. In this case, it'll be the last 2 weeks, the amount of work. It's just so that I can get like more like an accurate sense of how much work I actually do in a time period. And then it's like, and then like the first half is me talking about the artwork, and then the second half is whatever topic that I figure I would just talk about, like whatever's on my mind. This last one is about markers, doing commissions with, if it's ethical to do commissions with markers, because markers are not archival. So it's all based on a Colleen Duran blog that I read. And if you want to catch that video, it is in my archive. It is also here on the channel as well. So you can check that out either on my channel or over here. But episode 9. So, it's like, 9 episodes already. So the idea is just to keep doing those videos. Hello. But yeah, it's like, so people seem to like those videos. And I'm hoping that maybe if I keep it up, I can actually get monetized by the end of the year, or at least by the beginning of next year. Because it's probably because like doing these videos, I've really been seeing my watch hours go up and my subscriber count go up. And
Nice.
it's like, yeah. So it seems like every time I upload one of these videos, it seems to have an effect. So it's like, you know what? That's good. So
That's
one,
very good.
yeah. So it's like I'm doing a video that a type of video that I like doing, because and also it has the added effect that it also gives me kind of a deadline as well. It's like, oh, I got to get this artwork finished so I could talk about it on the next episode.
Right.
So, so it's like, I guess I'm just trying to use all this stuff as leverage to keep myself focused on the work. But yeah, but also one last little thing too. I think that part of why a lot of these women are having burnout as well is because they only focus on artwork to be made into merch. Like any artwork they do, it's like their sole focus is that, oh, will this sell? Right? And there comes a point, like that was something, especially when I was doing the mascots, was that it had to be something that would serve a dual purpose. It's like, one, I have to have fun doing these. I have to actually like doing these, right? And two, it has to like serve different markets. Like this serves both, I guess, both the monster erotica market and the furry market.
Right.
So it's like kind of like a win-win for everybody. So here's some artwork that I really enjoy doing, and I'm able to also turn them into merch for all these other places. Because because it's like, for those who missed it, I did do a Beast fan art-ish type book, a type piece, where it's like doing mascots, but based on specific to Monsterotica, to the Monsterotica group, and I finished the Beast one, and then I started an orc guy, and I started it, and then it was in the middle of that piece that I realized, he's like, I like the way the guy's coming out, but I can tell right now I'm heading in the wrong direction.
Right.
And I'll eventually finish the piece, but at that moment I decided I was going to scrap that idea because it's too specific to one particular market. And I wasn't really, it's like, it's not something I enjoyed these guys more. So, you know what? I'm going to stick with these. I'm going to stick with my original House of Bob idea. Like, I just started doing the female mascots. I did the first one. Now I have to do the other 4 girls. And I'd rather stick with them than kind of go off on this tangent that I'm kind of feeling very lukewarm about. And that's kind of the thing that I think that these women have to decide, that it's like not everything you do has to be to market, and especially if you're not enjoying it. Because if you're not enjoying it, what's the point? But again, going back to the phrase, do what you love and you never work a day in your life.
Nah.
I really do think that what's happening is that they're hitting that conflict. Oh, but I love what I'm doing. But oh my God, it's like, this is work. This feels like work.
If you're doing what you love, you're going to naturally want to do it harder than anything else. So it's more work.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah, and that's the thing. I think that that's also where they're butting heads with those two ideas, because the phrase is not true. It's going to be work no matter what you do. you're going to be working, and there's going to be days you're going to hate the work, love the product, love what you're doing, but you hate the work. I mean, I know that I've mentioned that I'm really not a process person. You know, that it's like, I love my finished comics, but I hate the tedium of the process of getting that comic finished. You know, and it's especially been noticeable ever since I finished penciling out Ego Raven. So like I have all 16 issues penciled, and I've never felt it more than when I've had to go back to issue 9 and have to like ink and now I have to ink and color everything because, oh my God, it's finished. You know, and it's like now I have to go through the tedium of seeing everything all over again because I'm inking and coloring. So, but that's just what it is. And it's like you kind of have to push through that, you know. Like I said, I kind of roll my eyes at the thought of, oh, this is my healing journey. And it's like, ugh. It's like, no, you're just reprioritizing, you know, it's like your process. It's like, I don't know. The whole healing journey things just seems so ridiculous. Like, I don't know. It's like, look, just fucking draw, okay?
Yeah.
You know, just fucking draw and stop overthinking it. And mind you, this is just as my advice for me as it is for everybody else. Just fucking do the work and stop overthinking.
Get it done.
Yeah, get it done. Get it done. So I guess that's a perfect place to end the show today. What do you think, Nita? You got any final thoughts?
No, I think it's great because like everything's malfunctioning for me right now. So I'm struggling trying to figure out what's what in Streamyard and
oh no.
And then I'm getting messages from like a bazillion different people. It's like, what's going on?
You know, hey, you see, it's like no rest for the wicked. No. Right. In the end, that's what it boils down to. We're going to be busy no matter what. So so everyone has to figure out how to prioritize, how to keep that from overwhelming you. You know. So any announcements or anything, or just
check out the books in the show notes. Like, stay tuned. There's shit coming. It's just taking its sweet ass time because I'm taking my sweet ass time.
Well, yeah, you know, hey, you know, you gotta
I've got priorities right now, and they are not Indie Comics Network. I hate to say that, but like, you know, like that's the reality of life sometimes.
Exactly. You know. So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and all the other nonsense I like to involve myself in, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook. If you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress, updates, and just regular run-of-the-mill updates of everything. And I also post to YouTube you have 600, an archive of more than 600 videos of how I do my artwork and every which way, and semi-weekly art live streams Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. So I will be running a live stream this Wednesday from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock Eastern, just drawing, working, and hanging out with the chat. It's kind of like being at a convention, but you don't have to worry about blocking my table, and I don't have to worry about people stealing my sketchbooks, my furry sketchbooks.
Don't steal my shit.
Yeah. Remember that you can also read Ego Raven, Air the First Unicorn, for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILS online.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears in the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. But if you prefer to read them elsewhere, you can read Ego Raven on Webtoon. Ego Raven updates every Tuesday on Webtoon, and Tall Tales is also there as well, updating every Thursday. So Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, chat. Thank you, my beautiful eyeball people.
We love you guys.
We love you guys. Yes, we love everybody. We love the chat. We love the eyeballs. We love you. We love it if you comment. We love it if you don't comment. We love it if you watch. We love it if you're just listening. If we're just background noise for you.
We may wonder why, but we love it.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. Thank you. You could be anywhere else watching anybody else, but instead you decided to spend your hour with us instead, listening to us babble. but we're glad you're entertained by that. So thank you so much. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Not sponsored by Gold Bond Moisturizer. Thank you so much again. Or Skillshare. Thank you so much again. And we'll see you next time.
Toodaloo.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.